It wasn't that bad. You know, I spent the day trying to find out what's trending in the streets of Harare. And just today, this afternoon in Harare, a new opposition party was launched in the city of Harare. What can you tell us about that?
Interesting one. Interesting, very much interesting in the sense that it brings another narrative that people are talking about. Why now, when the elections that we know officially that they are going to be held in 2028, is there something that is happening in the background? We don't know, but very interesting times for the opposition, because you can tell that the opposition in Zimbabwe is facing torrid time to stay alive for more than 10 years. Like MDC, it could not stay alive for more than 10 years without splitting or having different factions. So we're going to see with this new kid on the block whether they are tough enough to be able to stand the test of time and be able to confront ZANU-PF and maybe become the ruling party. Who knows?
Yeah, and the new party is called the Freedom Fighters for Change. And that's just the questions that were circulating after the press conference that they had today in the afternoon, where that why is it that if they're saying that they were launched last year, why did they not contest in the elections that were held last year?
Yeah, that is a big concern, as you can see, because it brings the issue of the exorbitant pricing of ZEC. Probably that could have been a deterrent. They might not have raised enough money for them to contest. So that could be the main cause, because some political parties who wanted, like, DUZ led by Chapman, could not contest in the 2023 elections due to the fact of failing to raise enough money for their competitors in that plebiscite. So we know that probably that could be the deterrent, or that could be the main reason why they failed to contest in that in 2023 elections.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And then the other story that is trending, like I told you, I was looking for stories in the afternoon, whole day. So the other story that is trending right now is that the former Reserve Bank governor, Gideon Gono, we know that, we know that this week, Christopher Mutsvangwa made some remarks about the gold that went missing, and we discussed that yesterday. But then today, Gideon Gono came out and said that there was no gold that went missing during his time.
Yeah, it is the issue now. When he released that press statement, that long press statement, when he was talking about the fact that there were some dealings that they had with the Arabs, and it was to do with the line of credits that include getting fertilizer, getting electricity, and all the other things. But he also highlighted the fact that Chris Mutsvangwa probably he actually initiated a commission of inquiry, which was meant to investigate the outgoing governor John Mangudya and Gideon Gono over some allegations, which Gideon Gono said that nothing came out of that. So he's sending people on a wild goose chase that does not bring anything, according to his words in that press. In that press release. So you then need to wonder, because Chris Mutsvangwa says things and sometimes he does not substantiate them with evidence, which is not good for a spokesperson of a big colossal political party like ZANU-PF. And I think maybe his principals, they need to whip him in and tell he needs to put the nation in confidence. Where is the gold? What happened? And were there measures that are going to be taken, or is just going to be one of those things that people are going to be talking about, like the 15 billion? We heard about it. No commission of inquiry was initiated, and nothing happened. People just know there was 15 billion that was spoken, that it was gone. So is that a subject that they want just to give people, so that for what? That is the question, really. Why would Christopher Mutsvangwa do that? But also, you must also ask the question to say, in Shona they say, why is it Gideon Gono is the only one who has responded to these allegations when there are a number of governors who were there? Why haven't they also responded? That also leaves some questions to say, maybe he's feeling that he's being named in that deal. who knows?
Yeah, thank you so much for that insight. I find it very interesting. And I would also want us to discuss today in the streets of Harare, inbox users, some inbox users, they are actually complaining that the inbox services have been down since yesterday and they've not been able to be transacting or doing any transactions using the service.
Yes, that is a very big cause for concern, especially the disruptions that happened during the switchover. That actually affected a lot of transacting users. Well, when you talk of those that are dealing with money, but that as it may, you also need to understand that these systems, they also go through upgrading and all of that. But the major challenge, the major problem that we have with this system is they have become like a bank in the market, and they are playing the roles of the bank, and thereby they get overwhelmed because they are trying to fulfill the services of banks. So there is a problem, because we should be getting money straight from the banks. We should be able to send each other money using banking systems. But lo and behold, we have other, systems that are now being created in order to cater for a deficiency that is in the banking sector.
Yeah, and they become overwhelmed sometimes, so their systems are usually down. But then we'll do a follow-up on that again tomorrow on our morning update, just to see if the issue has been resolved or something like that. And then tomorrow, I know that we're celebrating independence, and we've been talking about it the whole day, and we're supposed to be talking to people on the streets about what independence means to them. But then we had to attend to the press conference for the launch of the new party, so we didn't manage to conduct those interviews with the people on the streets. So for that, I'm going to put you on the spotlight. I want you to tell me, what does independence mean to you?
Independence means a lot to me, in the sense that I was not there when our forebears were under those strict laws and all of that. But hearing from the history and the conditions that they were living under, you understand that, yes, we have freedom. But to me, growing up now, getting to understand what freedom is and looking at other nations and how they are free, you then start to wonder, what is freedom when sometimes I'm not so free in my own country to speak out. Sometimes there are some people being persecuted on party lines, some journalists being jailed and all of that. So to me, freedom means that we need to be free to express ourselves. Of course, it has its limitations. There are some extremes that are not supposed to be allowed even in a democratic country. But I would also want to see financial freedom for my lifetime as a Zimbabwean. Financial freedom for people to be able to get jobs, people to be able to work their own. Because I grew up, as a farmer, and looking at my family and how the farming business has deteriorated because of not having, they talk about sanctions, they talk about corruption, and all those coupled together, this has actually made the farming business not to be profitable as it was before. So to me, I am still to see other forms of freedom that are enshrined in the Constitution, or that was fought for by our fathers.
Yeah, that's very interesting there, because for me, I think being independent means that I, especially as a young person, I should be able to express myself. I should be able to express my views, be it with regards to politics, be it with economy, anything that is happening in the country, without any fear either I'll be followed or something will happen to me. So yes. I think independence means that individuals, Zimbabwean citizens, they should be able to be themselves, live in a country that provides for them, that actually has opportunities for them in all aspects of life.
Yes, definitely. Because right now, as an individual, I can't go to a bank and access a loan as a young person, and they require collateral. Where do I get collateral as a young person? Somebody that is starting up, can they go to a bank like any other developed nation or any other nation in order for them to get an opportunity in life? That for me is still lacking on part of our freedom, and that needs to be corrected. So that's what I implore to our leaders, to work on that.
Yeah, that's true. But all in all, I hope tomorrow it will be great celebrations as we'll be celebrating the 44th independence since the country attained its freedom from the colonizers. So tomorrow in the morning, I'll make sure that we manage to at least talk to some people and hear what the day means to them, what freedom, what independence actually means for them. I hope we'll find them because maybe they will be on the celebrations in Mrambida, but we get to find out about that. And then our last story that I wanted us to just touch on today, I was just checking on the news and then I found out that the president is set to pardon a few inmates or prisoners under the Amnesty program. What's your take on that?
Yeah, it is. The last time when it was held just before the elections, it raised a lot of controversy. I think you know the gentleman that was released after there was some rape allegations against him, who is popularly known for coining the term ED Wuchi. And some people, they thought it was a spat in the face to the family that had their girl facing rape allegations. So we don't know how this one is going to pan out, whether it is going to be that one that will also raise another controversial issue. But one thing must be noted, that our government has not been able to build as many prisons as they would since independence, which makes our jails to be very, very congested. And that, for me, is a cause for concern, especially when you look at health and some of the services that are supposed, ablution facilities are not there. You recall Job Scholar complaining, even Jacob Ngarevume complaining that when they were in prison, they were not they could not get ablution facilities for more than 17 hours, which is a travesty, really. So for me, it is a problem that needs to be looked at, and more prisons needs to be built. But amnesty needs to be done on those people that really deserve amnesty.
Indeed, because people are asking the questions of how does it work? Who gets to be pardoned, and how does the system works when it comes to pardoning those that are being pardoned, so that it doesn't raise again another public outcry to say people that maybe they think that people deserve to still be in prison, they'll be taken out, and those that maybe they think deserve to be taken out, they still remain in prison. So maybe also need some clarification there in terms of how does the system work when it comes to the amnesty program. I think that was all that we had to discuss for today, Kenan. Thank you so much for joining me, and this was our daily roundup here on JCTV Africa. Make sure that you join us again tomorrow in the morning for our daily update. My name is Marvelous Lamini. Thank you so much.